Just about 6:49 this morning, and this is your morning in 8 minutes. Today, Knox County Commission is set to meet with the Knox County Mayor's office and the Knox County Health Department.
The topic of discussion, ambulance services and the emergency medical services, or EMS, in the county. In a WVLT News investigation, we uncovered dozens of complaints over the last year of ambulances taking too long to respond or simply not at all. In some cases, bodies laid on the side of the road for more than 6 hours. County leaders will discuss the Fitch & Associates evaluation of our emergency services. The meeting is this afternoon at 2:30 in the main assembly room of the City County building. 3 other companies now bidding for the ambulance contract in Knox County. Commission is expected to take up the offers on October 23rd. And just last month, our Casey Wheeler sat down with Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs for a one-on-one interview about what needs to change before they approve that new contract.
Yeah, just head to your WVLT News app for that full interview. We know this is important and matters to you. We'll have team coverage at today's meeting to bring you the latest updates.
And right now, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office needs your help finding the driver of this car. Investigators believe the driver may have been involved in a drive-by shooting. Police say that shooting happened just before 10 o'clock on Friday night on West Old AJ Highway in Strawberry Plains. Right now, we know it's a silver 4-door sedan. You can see it right there. We are working to find out more about the victim of the shooting. And a Knoxville woman behind bars this morning after police say she stole 2 vehicles and crashed both of them.
This happened in West Knoxville. She's facing several charges this morning. KPD says Tessa Taylor demanded money from a 38-year-old man before assaulting him and stealing a car from the parking lot at Abigail Apartments on Summit Circle. KPD says the keys were already inside. After leaving the complex, police say Taylor crashed at Kingston Pike and Leonard Rogers Street. And after that crash, KPD says Taylor carjacked someone else, drove away, and crashed once again. Taylor is facing multiple charges, including aggravated assault and carjacking, with additional charges still pending. And
a reminder to take valuables out of your car and lock your doors from the Knox County Sheriff's Office this morning as investigators continue to look into a string of break-ins.
Yeah, authorities say an Anderson County Sheriff's vehicle was also broken into. The Sheriff's Office says the suspects may have been driving a stolen 2020 gray Audi Q3 abandoned and found in Halls Wednesday night off Emory Road near Maynardville Pike. Knox County Sheriffs also tell us the string of burglaries started at the end of September. The Knox County Sheriff's Office is actively investigating those burglaries. Officials say multiple guns, Social Security cards, credit cards, and several other items have been stolen in connection to this. Right now, officers remind you to take any guns and valuables out of your car and keep those doors locked. And a Knoxville teenager is behind bars for attempted murder after police say he shot someone in the head.
It happened around 9 o'clock Tuesday night at East 5th and North Hembry. Police say 18-year-old Anthony Glenn was a passenger in a car and the victim was driving right in front of them. KPD says the two have had a long-standing feud, and Glenn pulled out a pistol and shot the victim in his head. Police later arrested Glenn. They say he did admit to the shooting. We're still working to find out the condition of the victim this morning. Glenn now charged with attempted first-degree murder.
And in Kentucky, a man and woman are behind bars after a drug bust in Bell County.
Yeah, officials say they found heroin, oxycodone, even a gun. The search happened at Lee and Candace Watts' home on Varilla Road. Bell County Sheriff's Office says it found multiple bags of suspected heroin and oxycodone, as well as more than $1,000 in cash, a gun, even fentanyl. Both Lee and Candace Watts faced several charges this morning. Lee Watts also charged with possession of a weapon by a convicted felon. And Suzanne Summers has died at her home in Palm Springs, California after a long battle with breast cancer.
Yeah, the sitcom Three's Company made Summers a TV star in the late 70s. Her publicist says she passed away peacefully at home early yesterday morning. For more than 5 decades, Suzanne Summers entertained fans in front of the camera while becoming a business mogul behind the scenes. Off-screen, Summers was an advocate for a healthy lifestyle, becoming a best-selling author. Summers was diagnosed with skin cancer in her 30s and breast cancer in 2000, and again in 2023, just this year. Summers died one day before she was set to turn 77.
And this morning, a short-term ceasefire agreement is expected between the United States, Israel, and Egypt to allow health services into Gaza, according to Reuters and 2 Egyptian sources.
Well, right now, the death toll on both sides sits at nearly 4,000. Meantime, U.S. officials say the conflict in the Middle East may have led to the targeting and tragic killing of a child on American soil. In a nearby Chicago suburb, a memorial is growing after authorities say a man attacked his tenants, hurting a Palestinian mother and stabbing her 6-year-old son to death. The Department of Justice has opened a hate crimes probe into the attack. More Israeli troops have moved closer to Gaza. Military officials say a Hamas commander was also killed over the weekend. And it's been nearly 2 weeks since Representative Kevin McCarthy was voted out as Speaker of the House, and that role is still vacant.
Representative Jim Jordan has been nominated for Speaker, but multiple GOP sources say dozens of House Republicans will vote no for Jordan. Now, to become Speaker of the House, you need to secure 217 votes. That means Jordan can only lose 4 GOP votes if the Democrats unanimously vote for Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. The House is expected to hold a vote for Speaker tomorrow. The threat of a government shutdown is just over a month away, and without funding, the House can't approve anything to address inflation, help Ukraine, or help in Israel.
Well, if you're in the Old City this weekend, you'll probably see some really big puppets.
Yeah, the Cattywampus Puppet Council set to host a fall ball on Saturday. It's Saturday night from 7 to 10 at the Old City Performing Arts Center in Knoxville. You'll find music, food, drinks, and giant puppets. There's also going to be a silent auction to help raise money for the nonprofit's upcoming events.
How fun. Excited for that. Well, let's get a look at that first alert traffic this morning. This is a live look out at I-40 at Cedar Bluff. You can see not a whole lot happening there. That volume, though, starting to build as we get closer to your morning rush today. And then I-75 at Merchant Drive, same story. Not a whole lot happening. A few cars out there getting that Monday morning started. Hopping over to look at the big picture in Knoxville area traffic. Those interstates and main roads are all clear. Let's keep it this way this morning, folks. Looking at those drive times so far, I-75 south from Raccoon Valley Road to 640, moving about 72 miles an hour. And then I-40 west from Asheville Highway to Paper Mill Drive, taking you only 8 minutes this morning. Have a safe Monday morning commute.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
5 minutes to 7 here. I was just showing you those scattered light showers that are moving into our area today. Again, adding it up for you here, we're looking. As we move through the day, we'll have a few hundredths to a tenth of an inch. So as we continue to track those showers for you, that's something I'm keeping an eye on over on the other Max computer. If we could switch that out, please, that would be great. We do again have a few hundredths to a tenth of an inch moving through. In terms of rain coverage today, we've got about 40% of our area as that is light showers. But when we talk about coverage, I wanted to point out that the end of the week, the coverage is actually greater, but not just that more of us will see rain, the rainfall itself will be heavier. So that is a big difference there. Scattered light to a better coverage and better rainfall potential. So comparing that to today's few hundredths to a tenth to Friday, right now the trend is a good quarter to a half an inch with some isolated higher amounts. Definitely something we all need as we continue to monitor that drought status too. So right now, here's a look at those few light showers dropping in. Seeing more of that into Fentress, to Scott County, to Claiborne County, dropping southeast. It is 45 in Knoxville, to Williamsburg, to 44 Crossville. Just remember, these showers limit our warming as we can go to 53 at best in parts of our area today and feel colder. I'm tracking that rain, of course, the chill that this is impacting where you live, coming up on the CW at 7, and another look at that front for the end of the week that has better rainfall, all coming up on the CW.
Finally get the soups out for the fall. It is time. It's that time of year. We're headed over to WBXX. Have a good Monday.